After a big week of practice, junior quarterback Jalen Yarbrough was getting ready to prepare for his first Division I FBS football game as a starting quarterback. In the locker room pregame, he got a call from his dad. If you don't know, his dad is Marlon Yarbrough, one of the legends on this channel and one of the greatest receivers to ever play at the college football level. He was an underdog. Really, I mean, that's the only word I can truly describe. It's hard to put it into words. But he was a guy that basically exceeded all expectations, starting out as a 58 overall receiver, then eventually becoming a legend. His dad said to Jalen, "Well, son, as you prepare to really cement your legacy, don't worry about the name. Make a name for yourself. Don't worry about your pops. Go out there and play, have fun, and the rest will do its own thing. See you out there on the field." Welcome everybody to the Southern Minnesota Blue Foxes Dynasty. We start out our journey here in this series going on the road to face our in-state opponent in the Minnesota Golden Gophers. It's going to be a fun one here today as we are playing in some interesting weather here in Minnesota, and you're going to see a lot of that in this series. We are in the American Athletic Conference, but the NCAA has done us a favor, giving us 6 of 8 home games in conference play. So we will have that advantage, including 6 straight home games after this one. Our quarterback, Jalen Yarbrough, goes into his first game as a starting quarterback. He will have some weapons to play with, including LaShawn Bell, who is a good receiving back. And then he has the power back in Mason Williams, who is going to be a bulldozer. He's going to get his touches. He's definitely going to be really developing in this series a lot as a running back. He is star development. We also have a freshman receiver in Matthew Scott, also star development. Those two are the only 2 star guys on the entire roster. But we do have some interesting key defensive pieces in Keyshawn Lamont, Kale Altman, both guys coming off of the edge, and then David Hardwick Jr., who will be our captain in the middle of that defense, number 5. You'll see him with the big arm brace, and he will have a tough challenge being a leader of this very inexperienced team. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are led by Max Brosmer at quarterback. He is a pocket passer, a senior. We'll see what he does here in year 2 as the Gophers quarterback. He really has flashed, but hasn't been spectacular. But he will get to play with Darius Taylor for the 2nd straight year. Taylor coming off of an impressive freshman year, one of the highest running back ratings in the game. He is an interesting player. If he really shows what he can do at Minnesota, I can really see him as a transfer portal guy in the future. And then Minnesota always has good receivers. They're led by Daniel Jackson, number 9, a very polished route runner. Can get off the line well, and he has the most abilities on the team. Justin Wally will be a cornerback for them, who is really, really good, one of the best in the country right now. But the Gophers in the Big Ten are going to have an uphill battle to climb. But they also have a really good pass rusher in Ja Joyner, who I'm really, really concerned about anytime we go up against great pass rushers. He's got 95 power moves, which is incredible. So he's going to be a disruptor here as we go on the road to face this Gopher team. And they are rated a whole 25 points more than us in their overall rating. But here are the uniform combinations. We did not show this before. We have a dark gray uniform. We have a white uniform, kind of that teal blue. I don't know what type of blue that is. And then that dark blue as well. And then all of them have matching pants. So you will see all uniform combinations at some point this season, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun as we get into this series. And I can't wait to see what this team can do here in season number 1. We are in the rain now. Let's get this game underway as we are back to receive this kickoff. There is number 87. That is Patrick Williams, who is kind of 6th or 7th on the wide receiver depth chart. And out comes Jalen Yarbrough. Can he live up to his dad's name? Well, his dad says that's not important. Just focus on your own game. The first play from scrimmage is a handoff, this time to Mason Williams. That one is stopped for a gain of 1. You're going to get a heavy dosage of the running game today as we're in the rain. Here's a 2nd and long. Here's a short throw. This time it's caught. It's Santiago Perez, the sophomore. He picks up 8 yards, but a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding. So we're going to have a 2nd and very long. Doug Gomez caught on the hold that time, number 67 at right guard. 2nd and 19, clean pocket. Yarbrough tries to step up. Nobody is open. It's a sack, and there is Ja Joyner. I said I was worried about him, and he gets there to the quarterback. It's 3rd and 26. Uh-oh, he's in there again. Here's a short throw out to the right side. No gain at all, and we have to punt it away, and out comes this Gophers offense, and they are going to be looking to make a statement here as really a tune-up game for them. Here's a quick throw. That's intercepted. It's Christian Hayworth, the linebacker, with the pick. Brosmer tries to get a little too tricky right away with that RPO, and that is an interception. Wow. A big-time play by a guy you've never heard of, Christian Hayworth, the backup senior linebacker. Mason Williams starts out the next drive with the 5-yard carry. And now we're across the 50. Good field position starting out. Here's a throw to the right side. That's Mason Williams breaking a tackle, staying on his feet as he gets to the 33-yard line. It's a 1st down. Here is Yarbrough throwing to left side. This time it's Santiago Perez. You run the RPO bubble screen right there. Gain of 3 brings it to a 2nd and 7. Here's a throw. It's in the middle of the defense. It's a catch and a 1st down. Matthew Scott, who's figuring to be our top leading receiver this year. We come out here with 5 wide, 3 to the right side. Here's a throw, and that's going to be a close one in traffic. It's going to be caught by number 81, Brewer Martin. 2nd and 8 now. Here is Yarbrough moving the pocket. He will take off, and he picks up a gain of about 6. And that brings us to a 3rd and 3. Handoff this time. Mason Williams stood up, and he will lose a yard on that one. And we will have to settle for the field goal as in comes Nick Kersonis, and he knocks it through. And we do take the 3-0 lead. Seems like the rain is coming down harder than it was before at kickoff. Here's a handoff to Turner, and he breaks free. That one will be a big-time gain, and it will be a 1st down. I said Turner, I meant Taylor, and he gets across the 50, and it's a big-time run here for the Gophers. Darius Taylor back in the backfield still, makes a move, and he will fall forward for a gain of 7. He's coming off of about an 800-yard season for the Gophers last year as a freshman. He did not start every game, but the potential was definitely there, and the offense changed when he started getting playing time. He gets another carry. This time, another 1st down here for the Gophers as they're inside of field goal range. He's already at 43 yards rushing, by the way. Here is Brosmer now in the pocket, throwing to the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Gophers! I don't know what number 22 Ryan Dean was doing there, but it looked like he had position and kind of just gave up on the play. Something to monitor there, as we don't want guys who are going to give half efforts here in this series. Here's a handoff up the middle. That is going to be Mason Williams to start the next drive. He picks up 5. Yarbrough now running Matthew Scott in motion. Fake to him. Yarbrough throws out to him again, and he catches it 4 yards behind the line, and he gets tackled there. And now it's 3rd and 9. Yarbrough changing up the play. Mason Williams is right next to him and can't hear the play. Here is Yarbrough under pressure. Joyner gets there. He stays on his feet and flings it deep, and this one's caught. Santiago Perez for the first highlight play of the series. It was a miscommunication on the play call. Joyner gets in there, and Yarbrough still gets rid of it and delivers a great ball down the field. We start the 2nd quarter now. Here is a handoff. Mason Williams with space, and he gets to the outside. Williams bulldozing his way for a gain of 20. He's not a speed back, but he was running with authority right there. LaShawn Bell checks in, giving Mason Williams a little bit of a breather. And that one will be a gain of 5 as LaShawn Bell sticks in the game. Santiago Perez lined up in the slot. Here's a throw to left side. It's LaShawn Bell breaking a tackle, and he will score. How about the Blue Foxes on that drive? Nobody expected that, and he's taunting the defense. I'm not sure that's really smart, LaShawn Bell. But hey, you do you as he fights his way in, and the Blue Foxes take a 10-7 lead. Max Brosmer now running the option. That's not really his specialty, and there's a nice tackle as Dean makes the stop right there. 3rd and 1. Here is a shed by the defensive tackle, and that is number 99, Wayne Glinski, the junior. He gets in there, and Darius Taylor isn't easy to take down, but a big boy like that, you're not getting away. Starting out the next drive, here's a screen pass to Santiago Perez, and he picks up a gain of 10. Looks like 2nd and inches this time. Williams, he gets the carry. He falls forward, and the ball's on the ground, picked up by the Gophers. The last thing we needed to happen right there just happened. And Mason Williams is pretty much our best sure-handed carrier. 45 got in there, and it looks like another defender just came in and jarred it loose. And that sucks because now Minnesota sets up across the 50. Here is Brosmer now. Handoff to Darius Taylor. He's got space to the left side. He picks up about 7 yards on that carry as that brings him across the 50 for a 3rd and 3. Looks like Brosmer changing the play at the line, and this one will be Taylor still on his feet, and he picks up a nice gain of about 10 yards. More hurry up here for the Minnesota Gophers. Here is Brosmer, and he keeps it and picks up the 1st down. How about Max Brosmer in this one? A couple of QB runs. As now he hands off this time to the backup back, number 2. He breaks a tackle, and he gets to about the 1. And it's going to be a goal-to-go situation as Darius Taylor does check back in. Here's a handoff to him, and he will walk in for the touchdown. What a drive there by the Gophers, capitalizing off of the turnover. And they now have a 1-score lead. Here is Yarbrough now, yet to miss a pass here in this game so far. He steps up, trying to scramble. He uses his legs, and he does have some space. Throws the stiff arm and gets pushed out of bounds for a gain of 8. That's one of the more underrated things that Yarbrough can do well. He doesn't usually like to use his legs, but he can run. Here's a short pass, Santiago Perez, and he picks up the 1st down, close to the 50-yard line. Yarbrough now handing it off to LaShawn Bell, fighting his way forward, and he picks up a gain of 14 yards. He's got 2 for 19, and he also has that receiving touchdown as well. He stays in the game now, but here's a short throw. It's Perez again. He's got it at about the 21-yard line, and it is a 1st down. Under 2 minutes to go. Mason Williams has some big-time space to the left side. That's a 1st and goal. I said this earlier in last episode. We're going to run a lot to the left side behind Ace Soderberg, our left guard. Here's a read option. It's a keeper, and Yarbrough scores his 1st career rushing touchdown. There we go. The junior comes in, and he really orchestrates that drive well. And what a play call right there by the offense. It's a 3-point lead for the Blue Foxes. Here's a quick throw, and that is going to be Taylor out of the backfield as he picks up 6. Now 2nd and 4 as Minnesota burns a timeout. Here's a quick throw across the middle. That one's caught, and this is across the 40. Breaking a tackle again, and he's across the 20. Breaking another tackle. It's a touchdown. What a catch and run by Minnesota star receiver. And I said earlier, Minnesota actually has been a team that has groomed and really grown a lot of great receivers coming out of the Minnesota kind of carousel of receivers, and they don't stop now. Here we go to end the first half, trying to get some points on the board with 40 seconds to go. There's a nice touch pass to Matthew Scott, getting him involved. He is one of our best playmakers, so we're not going to go a game without him touching the ball quite a bit. Here is Yarbrough, this time scrambling. Look at the speed. He gets to the outside, and he picks up a gain of 9. And we burn our first timeout here of the first half. Here we are close to the 50 now. Yarbrough, he takes off up the middle. He's got blockers. Another block downfield as he gets to about the 31. We call our 2nd timeout here. 9 seconds to go. Probably enough for one more play to get closer to a field goal. Here is Mason Williams. He runs it to the right side, gets to about the 27, and that will set up just about what would this be? About a 50-yard field goal, 47. This one is good. Nailed. And we will go into halftime only down by 1. I think Minnesota was expecting the steamroll us coming into this one, and it's just not going to happen today. So both teams have really run the ball well, both over 100 yards. How about Mason Williams? He's been running the ball extremely well as a 55 overall freshman. But here is Darius Taylor starting out the second half with a big-time run as he gets close to the 50-yard line. I don't know how we're going to stop him today. Throwing all types of different looks. Here is a read option. This time Brosmer keeps it. Got to make him force a fumble here, and a big-time hit by number 15. That's going to be C.J. Evans, the senior safety. Darius Taylor now. It's a direct snap. And this time Evans takes a bad angle, and Darius Taylor gets tackled at the 1 by Tyquan Reed, the cornerback. How? I don't know how that happened. C.J. Evans had position, and Taylor just runs right past him. Brosmer now under center. Back to Taylor. He jumps over the line. It's a touchdown. And Minnesota will strike first here in the second half. And they are going to be looking to make a statement here on defense as well, as that opening drive was easy. Here is Jalen Yarbrough now. Here's a handoff to Mason Williams. He jumps over a defender and picks up a gain of 10. How impressive has Mason Williams been? 9 attempts, 61 yards. RPO action here. Bubble screen out to Matthew Scott. And that one will be a first down. Now we're close to about the 37. Here is a play action fake on the draw, but Yarbrough runs out of time. It's a sack. He ran into Joyner that time, and his teammate cleaned it up a little bit. And now it is 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 to be exact. In the pocket, Yarbrough tries to step up. It's another sack. It's Joyner there again. That time he gets credit for it. He's got 2 sacks today. Nowhere to go with the football that time here for the offenses. Here's our D back out on the field. Brosmer throws across the middle. He's got his tight end throwing off David Hardwick, and he picks up a first down. Tackle by C.J. Evans, number 15. Brosmer now, play action fake, throwing deep across the middle. That's a catch. Cover 2 defense did not work that time. Brosmer is only 5 of 6, believe it or not. Handoff back to Taylor. He picks up maybe 1. He's over 100 yards, got 2 scores. Can he make it 3? They give it right back to him. And he tries to dive over the pile and gets stuffed at the 1. It's 3rd and goal. You know who this ball is going to for sure. Handoff, and that's a stop in the backfield. It's the captain, David Hardwick Jr., and they're backed up to the 2. And they're going to line up to go for this up by 8 instead of kicking the field goal. 4th and goal. Handoff, stuffed. It's Wayne Glensky, big number 99, the junior, and he gets in the backfield and makes a tremendous tackle. So our next drive is set up here at the 5-yard line. Here's Mason Williams running over a linebacker clean on that attempt. Gain of 7. Yarbrough now moving the pocket, trying to get rid of it. It's Joyner who hits him on the throw, and he has been disruptive all game long. It's 3rd and 3. Handoff, no, RPO to Matthew Scott, and it looks like he just dropped it. An easy first down right there, and we cannot convert. So here is Taylor now getting more carries here in the second half as he gets across the 50. It's still a 1-score game, a stop, and we could tie this ball game up. But here's another handoff. This time, not with Taylor running like this, and that hole was wide open. It is a first down. This third quarter is coming to a close here. Option keeper this time by Brosmer. He has space. Nobody's there to even touch him until he gets to 12 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. And you got to figure they're going to keep running this football. But here's a quick throw to left side. That's a catch. Another gain of 7, more positive yardage is Daniel Jackson, who scored earlier, is still on the left side here. That's Darius Taylor running in motion this time. Pump fake, throwing to the end zone, tipped around, and it falls to the ground. Should have been an interception. Wayne Glensky got in there to hit Brosmer, and that's maybe one of the best opportunities we're going to get. It's now 3rd and 3. Handoff back to Taylor, and he's all alone. Touchdown. Evans is too late, and Turner, I keep saying Turner. Taylor runs all over us. 35-20. So here is Yarbrough now, back on the field, handing the ball off to Mason Williams. Look at these tough yards. That's a tough gain of 7 right there by the true freshman power back. Here is a option this time, and this is a handoff this time to LaShawn Bell, and he picks up a first down. The running game is really going to be a big part of our offense, as you can see. But especially in these conditions like this where it's coming down, we don't want to make any mistakes throwing the football. After a short gain that time by LaShawn Bell, it gets us to a 3rd and 5. Here's a throw across the middle. It's Santiago Perez. He's been really good at moving the chains today, and that picks up a first down. 1st and 10 now. More pressure, John Joyner in the backfield, and that was quick. As we're now back at the 40, what are we at, the 46? 3rd and long. Another hit. Yarbrough coughs it up. And it's another sack. That was 2nd and long, and now it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 39. Ja Joyner has been disruptive here on this drive. Here, once again, a safety blitz gets to him. It's a sack. Oh, my goodness. 4th and 48 that was. No way we go for it. So here is a Max Brosmer throw to the right side to start the next drive. To the 10, the 5, and they will score. A quick answer by Minnesota. Wow. And this has been the tale of 2 halves here for the Blue Foxes. We have been blanked here in the second half. And in comes 3rd-string quarterback Josiah McKinnon. We do not want to risk anything with Jalen Yarbrough. We clearly saw that he can play. He can get rid of the football well. But here is the 3rd-stringer, the young guy. Here's a throw across the middle. It's intercepted. That's the first interception of the game. Minnesota will take over at about the 21. We were looking to get that over the top of the linebacker. McKinnon just couldn't do it. And now Minnesota takes back over. Down by 22 now, and it looks like this game is out of reach. But here is the running back, Taylor, getting inside the 5, and Darius Taylor is closing in on a 200-yard game. A little wildcat as he lines up at quarterback. This time tosses it to his backup, and it's a touchdown pass by Darius Taylor. And we are just getting steamrolled in this one now. 48-20 at this point. And wow, what a second half by the Gophers. McKinnon stays in at quarterback. Here's a quick throw. That's Jay Gantz as he gets across the 50 right there. And that's a true freshman tight end at 48 overall, by the way. 1st and 10 now across the 50. A little option this time, just testing out the playbook a little bit. And here is Mason Williams off to the races. That's a big-time gain. It's a gain of 27 yards for him, and he has some sneaky speed. He only has 85 speed, but that looks like he can run. We're inside the red zone now as Josiah McKinnon steps up. He's going to take off, and he will slide down that time for a gain of 8. Handoff back to Mason Williams fighting forward. He adds 2 more to the resume today, and he's over 100 yards, by the way. Play action fake this time, a RPO, and that's a quick screen this time to number 16. That's the first time you're hearing his name, J.J. Carter. He is a junior receiver as well. We'll see how he does this year. Here's a throw to the end zone, looking for Matthew Scott. Knocked away. And now it is 4th and 7. This is the game right here. Either way, it probably won't matter. Here is McKinnon under pressure. He gets hit on the throw, and it falls to the ground, and Minnesota will go on to win the opener 49-20. I thought we had something in the first half there, but Darius Taylor, he was untackleable. I don't even know what to say there. 3 touchdowns on the ground. he had one through the air as well. So he had 2 touchdowns on the ground and 1 through the air for 3 total, almost 200 yards rushing. And looking at the yards per rush, 8.6 for them. 8.6. We actually had 6 yards per carry as well. I mean, we ran the ball exceptionally, but Brosmer only had to throw the ball 9 times, and he even threw for 3 touchdowns. So a third of his completions were touchdowns. That's insane to me. Ja Joyner had 4 sacks. He was disruptive. We could not block him, so we clearly have an issue at right tackle because there's no reason for Ja Joyner to go that crazy. Mason Williams, though, over 100 yards on 16 carries. He was really, really good besides that 1 fumble, 6.8 yards per carry. And so was LaShawn Bell. He had 4 for 33. So we definitely ran the football well. And that may be the identity early on in this series, running the football, but we'll have to see. But Santiago Perez, 6 for 83 also. And then looking at the defense here, 2 tackles for loss for Wayne Glensky, and including that 4th down stop. He was really, really unstoppable in certain situations. It was just the fact that nobody else was helping him out. So he was getting in the backfield, but then Darius Taylor was just so fast. He would run right past him, so it really wouldn't matter. But it was a good game from him. And David Hardwick Jr. also had a pretty good game as well. But it was just our first game in this series, so we're going to get better from here. But we did have 18 first downs, which is amazing. So we got some XP right there. And we did have that interception early on in the game. We should have had 2. But I would say our offense looked fairly good for what we had. I mean, we were obviously the underdog on the road in the rain. And it was a rivalry game at that. So I think we did pretty well. We are going to start to unlock some recruiter things because when I was going into recruiting, it was hard. So I need to unlock some recruiting stuff. So I'm going to unlock advanced look for receivers to allow us to fully scout them a lot quicker, because I feel like right now we don't really know what we need to recruit. We're just kind of recruiting everything. But we get some news. Wayne Glensky was player of the week, but this was week 0, so he should have gotten player of the week. But honestly, a really good game by him. And, you know, I'm going to start to look at some of these guys on this depth chart to see who's going to be the stars of this series. So we play Navy next. They run that triple option offense. Then we start, you know, conference play, starting with Navy. Then 6 straight home games. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun and seeing what we can do versus teams that, you know, we should be competitive with. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope you guys enjoyed the opener. We'll be back for more Southern Minnesota Dynasty. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I'm about my pledge. I'm decked up on blue bills, and I won't stop until the cash pit look like fall leaves in the backfield. Tell her out of my face if she coming with that bull. Quit to say my piece. I'm so after school special. She brainy, but them jeans looking like